Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Janae and this is Nene's Crafting Corner. I decided to switch it up. I've been working on a Chuck Pinson by Diamond. It's a Diamond Art Club. It's Chuck Pinson Space for Reflection. It is a 74 by 55 centimeters, so that's 29.1 inches by 21.7 inches. It's a big boy. Apparently I really like the big ones, the big paintings. This is a round one, and the Dominic Davison is square, so I thought I would do alternating videos with the two canvases. I have done the first row across the bottom, and now I'm starting on the second row. This is what it's supposed to look like. I've seen a couple people on the Crafters Anonymous, the Mrs. Crochet and Coffee and Rachel Ray's Crafters Anonymous Facebook group. A couple people posted that they're working on this, so it's kind of fun to see their progress, and I'm excited to see it all worked up and done. I've actually got a little list of things to talk about because I tend to forget what I want to update you guys on and what have you. So today is Friday, November 19th, so it's right before Thanksgiving. I'm just gonna get started here. Okay, I guess I should say Thanksgiving in the US, which actually is my favorite holiday. I love Thanksgiving so much, and I'm sure I've mentioned that before in a couple of different videos. I just can't say it enough. I love it so very much. It's a nice time to get together with family and relax and just enjoy each other's company, and of course be thankful for what we have, and be thankful for the people around us and in our lives. I usually, before I was married, I would always spend Thanksgiving at my sister's house with her family and her kids. And I'd help her make dinner and everything, and we'd just munch on snacks, and it was good times. And I just heard the buzzer for my oven, because I'm making myself a baked potato because Tim's out doing a Nerf thing, so please hold, I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that. Like I said, the thing dinged because the oven was preheated so I could put in my baked potato, because that's what I'm having for dinner. I love potatoes. I don't know about you guys, but I love potatoes. Baked potatoes is one of my favorite ways to have a potato. And oddly enough, I don't cook them that often anymore, which is quite weird because I really do enjoy them. Anywho, back to Thanksgiving. So last year, and it worked out quite well, I think, and thankfully it is happening again this year, but last year, and we were super safe about everything, my in-laws did Thanksgiving the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and then so Tim and I were able to go to, come on, my family's Thanksgiving meal on Thanksgiving Day. And they're doing it again this year. So we'll go to Tim's family's Thanksgiving on Sunday. We'll celebrate this Sunday. And then we'll go to my family on Thanksgiving Day. So typically we go to his parents, have dinner, have dessert, and, you know, just kind of laze about the day or whatever. Play games, what have you. And then, and I think on Thanksgiving morning, they do a breakfast, like his extended family, like his mom's side of the family does a breakfast. But they didn't do it last year, you know, because of the Rona. So I don't know if they're doing that this year. It would be the first time I'm going to it because, again, last year we had the Rona, so I didn't do it. So I'm not quite sure what the plan is for that. And then on Thanksgiving Day, we'll go to my sister's house and have dinner and all the munchings and crunchings and stuff, you know, the snackies. And then we'll go to my mom's for dessert. So I'm trying to knock all these out so I don't spill them everywhere. Yeah, as far as like Thanksgiving traditions, we don't really have traditions unless you want to count me making fun of Nicole for her extra-ness. And I love her for it, but I still have to tease her. She's one of those, Nicole's one of those that she likes to go all out. Like, she'll buy the themed plates, she buys she will make little Pinterest worthy decorations, and like, I think I've got a picture, I'll have to find it. One year she did so my family makes a cheese ball. It's really yummy, if I do say so myself. But make a cheese ball out of, you know, obviously cream cheese, shredded cheese, olives, garlic salt, and Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, is it sauce? Anyway. And so she took this cheese ball and got some pretzels and I want to say some other things. I can't remember exactly now, but like I said, I think I have a picture. And she made it into a turkey and served that on Thanksgiving. Let's see, one year she got some tulle and put in the tulle like just little candies. I think it was like Reese's Pieces or something. And I don't know if I have a picture of that one, but she, you know, tied it all up like it was in a little bag and got some of the pipe cleaners and googly eyes and made that into a turkey and put that on everybody's place setting. You know, it's just silly things like that. She gets a lot of joy out of it, and I get a lot of joy out of harassing her about it because that's what sisters do, right? As far as like Thanksgiving prep, for Tim's family dinner, I'm doing the stuffing again. I did it last year and I made a lot because I'd never made it before, and I got confused because, again, I don't cook people, okay? I just don't. And I'd never made my mom's stuffing before. and part of the recipe called for 1 egg, and so I was like, well, if I'm gonna half it, I can't half an egg, right? And so I just made a full batch because my dumb butt didn't realize that it's okay that you don't half the egg. Like, it's okay if you put the full egg in, just half the rest of it. Anyway, lesson learned, and we'll do better this year. So I'm making stuffing for Tim's family Thanksgiving, and for my family's Thanksgiving, I always do the yams or sweet potatoes or whatever you want to call them. I know they're not the same, but they basically look the same, and sometimes you mean to get yams and you get a sweet potato, and sometimes you mean to get a sweet potato and get a yam. Anyway, so I'll do the yams, and then I'll probably do something else. I'm not quite sure just yet. So yeah, let's see, that's it for Thanksgiving. At least I think that is. As far as the work week, it's been busy. When I worked for the big corporation, the big truck company, Christmas wasn't a huge thing for that side of it because we were so big that, and most of our stuff was palletized, that Christmas wasn't, a big issue for us. We didn't have people's Christmas presents. Well, now fast forward, I work for a smaller company, and we get a lot of freight from a bunch of different carriers and companies and such things, that Christmas is a huge thing. We do deliver Christmas presents, and there's been a couple of years that I've worked for this smaller company that due to weather, or whether it's our weather in Utah or weather elsewhere, that the freight gets stuck. But I've been told more than once that because we couldn't get the freight to them in a timely manner, that we were ruining Christmas, and that doesn't make you feel good. It's another reason I do not care for Christmas. Yeah, so now we're getting even busier because now we're starting to get the Christmas presents and the Christmas deliveries. And I'm just hoping that once Christmas is over, we can actually have a little break from it all, because the last year we didn't get the typical break, but previous years there was like the Christmas rush, and then there was like there was like a lull between the end of December and like the beginning of February, where it was just kind of like slower and quieter. It was kind of nice. It was like you gotta after the busyness of Christmas and New Year's and all of that. So we'll see if we get that this year, because we did not get it at the beginning of this year, and we did not get it at the beginning of 2020, before it all became a dumpster fire. So I usually record with my headphones in, my AirPods. I'm just realizing that I might be too quiet. So if I'm too quiet, let me know below down in the comments, because I tend to speak softer, and I don't know why, because quite frankly, I'm told a lot that I'm quite loud. In fact, my dad tells me all the time that the decibel level goes up when I'm around. Especially if I'm around my brothers. Excuse me, I need a drink. Because, brothers are brothers. especially when you're the youngest of the bunch. Brothers are brothers. They never grow out of it, and they like to make me squeal. But yeah, so this week has been busy, but I mean, it's been kind of nice too. I started my Chuck Pinson. Well, I started it like a week ago. Let's see. I know I wrote it down. When did I start this Chuck Pinson? 11/13. So tomorrow will be 1 week that is since I started this Chuck Pinson. I totally missed. Sorry. I like to go in numerical order according to the DMC number, and I totally overlooked this 208. So now I have to get it before I forget about it or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, work's been busy, but it's been good. We're training on a new system that we're gonna switch over to in the new year, so that will be fun to learn, but it'll be good once we get the hang of it. The doggos are doing good. Nothing really new with them ever because they just stay at home, bark at the leaves that blow by the window. Do your guys' animals do that? Like the dogs, do they? Because I've got this big window in the living room, and the dogs can obviously see outside and go outside because I have a little doggy door out onto the patio. But they will go out there and just bark and bark and bark and bark. It's like they see a leaf and they gotta go bark and bark and bark and bark and bark and bark. So I have to close the dog door sometimes, especially at night, because I'm like, guys, you can't be. And I realize that they don't understand me, but I still talk to them like they're people. And you boys can't be out there barking because people are gonna get hateful, and then we're gonna get hate mail from the HOA because you guys are barking in your naughty pants. So I will close the door, the doggy door, to the outside sometimes at the nighttime. I'm gonna have to get a video of Blue because he kills me sometimes with what he does. Like, he was laying in the bed here, in the dog bed that's in the spare room here, and his tail was just stick straight, just like this, just stick straight, and he's freaking chewing on it. Like, I'm sure it was itchy or something, but he was just gnawing on it, and it was the funniest thing ever, and I don't know why it was so funny to me, but it was. But that's also possibly because I'm slightly sleep deprived at this moment. My insomnia raised its ugly head last night, and I was tired. I knew I was tired, but I could not sleep. I was too hot, or the dogs were crowding me, or Tim was crowding me, and none of this is anybody's fault. But I couldn't sleep, and 12 o'clock came across, and 1 o'clock came across. And I was like, I've got to get up in how many hours to go to work, and Tim's going to get up in how many hours to go to work, and then I'm probably going to be wide awake. And then 2 o'clock came across, and I'm like, oh my gosh, can I please just get some sleep? This is getting out of control. This isn't funny anymore. And so finally, somewhere between, I think, 2 and 2:30, I finally fell asleep. And I swear 7 seconds later, Tim's alarm went off at 5:30. And I was very hateful. But appreciative that he got up and just, got ready for work, kissed me goodbye, and I was able to just go back to sleep for about 2.5 hours. So I think the long and the short of it is I got about 5.5 hours of sleep last night. So I might just record this, eat my baked potato, and put my happy self to bed. I was gonna see how late I could stay up and diamond paint, but with a full belly, sleep just might win out. So I don't even know if I'm gonna be up for... Actually, I think that's getting ready to start now. Mrs. Crochet and Coffee's live on Friday, the late night lounge. I will pop into there sometimes just to listen and stuff. While I'm diamond painting, I don't particularly participate. Sometimes, not often. I've only been to a few, but anyway. So that was my week. That was the dogs. We talked about Thanksgiving. Talked about Chuck Pinson that I'm working on. What about Black Friday? Do you people do Black Friday shopping? Because I do not. I never have. I do not see the appeal to it, but I also don't enjoy shopping. I think if I had to pick a favorite form of shopping, I would say grocery shopping is my favorite. Because I love to eat. But yeah, Black Friday is not my jam. But I mean, if it is yours, great, good for you. I used to not, I used to hunker down and I would not even leave my house. Like, I would not get in my car. I would not go anywhere on Black Friday. Because the crazies came out, And again, if Black Friday shopping makes you happy, that's fabulous. I love that for you. I, however, do not like it. So, anyway, so for years I would not even step foot. Like, I would make sure I had everything I needed in the house. Food, games, crafts, whatever. I could occupy myself for the next 24 hours and not have to leave my house for Black Friday shopping, because stores are a freaking joke. Hard pass. No, thank you. But actually, I think over the last few years that has kind of died down, what with the boom of Amazon and online shopping and everything. I don't think it gets as bad, or maybe I just have become accustomed to it. I don't know. I just don't do big crowds, and that's why Black Friday doesn't work for me. So yeah, let me know what you guys do for your Thanksgiving traditions down below. Let me know what you guys do for Black Friday. I'm really kind of curious about what other people do. It's good to learn about other people and their traditions and their things. And if I didn't mention already, I'm going to mention it again because I'm old and forgetful. I am going to rotate canvases. So I did my Dominic Davison last video. I'm doing my Chuck Pinson now. And so next video I'll go back to my Dominic Davison. Just so you guys don't get bored of seeing the same canvas over and over and over. Well, last thing I have on my little list here, I really thought I was prattling on for longer, but it's only just barely over 20 minutes. last thing on my list is we are thinking about going on a little staycation. Tim is, and again, this is not a bad quality, and it's probably good for me that he is this way. But he likes to go places. He likes to go do things, which gets me out of the house, which, again, is probably in the long run a good thing. Otherwise, I would just hermit at home all the time. And again, if you do that, well, I'm jealous. I like to be at home. But so we might go, we were thinking about going either back up into Idaho. I have family up there, up in Twin and Melba, which is about 20 to 30 minutes outside of Boise. We thought about going up to Twin. We thought about going down to St. George because, again, I have family and I've got some friends down there. But I think we decided on just doing a staycation, so we might just go get a hotel room for a couple of nights and let the doggies go have a sleepover at Grandma and Grandpa's. Yes, I refer to my parents and his parents as Grandma and Grandpa to the dogs. It's fine. We don't have a real baby yet. So, and actually, funnily enough, my dad and Tim's dad both kills me, refer to themselves as Grandpa with the dogs, and it warms my heart because my dad at first was very, like, when I had my girl dogs, Maddie and Cabby, he was very resistant to it. My dad was. That they were not, like, he was not Grandpa, but I warmed down. But yeah, so we'll go have a sleepover with Grandma and Grandpa, and we'll go hang out at a hotel, maybe go swimming, practice that, grown-up stuff. Because I was going to say something else, and I realized I do have one of my friends watches my channel with her daughter. So we're gonna leave it at that. The mom and dad's, the grown-up stuff. Anywho, moving on. So we'll probably do a little staycation for a couple of nights, and because it's good to get out of the house and go on tiny adventures, even though they might not be as grand as someone else's adventure. And there's the timer for my baked potato. So I've got to go pull it out and do what I do to my baked potato, which I will explain when I get back. Please hold. Okay, I'm back, and hopefully this will be enough time for me to wrap it up because I got about 25 minutes. But yeah, so we were gonna do a staycation at a hotel, let the dogs spend some time with our parents. Yeah, okay, so my baked potato, because I'm sure people are gonna, well, what do you mean you gotta go check on your baked potato? Okay, so when we were on our honeymoon, we cooked up some steaks and I did a baked potato, but I could never remember what temperature to cook said baked potato at, so I googled it and I found a fantastic recipe, I guess, for lack of a better term. So you scrub your potatoes and you poke them like you always do, unless you wrap them. But anyway, so you got your naked potato, you scrubbed it, and so you put the oven at 450 and you put the potatoes in for 25 minutes, and then after the 25 minutes you pull them out and you use either butter or olive oil. I prefer butter because I'm Paula Deen at heart. Love me some butter. So you put butter all over the potato, and then you put salt on it. Then you put it back in the oven for another 20-25 minutes until it's, you squeeze it and it's all soft. And oh my goodness, it's so good. I might have a slight salt addiction. It's fine. And I know that salt's not good for you necessarily, clog your arteries, blah, 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 blah. I know, but it's so yummy. But yeah, so that's the way I do my baked potatoes now, all the time. Cook them for about 20-25 minutes, butter them, salt them, put them back in, let them cook for another 20-25 minutes, and then they're like perfect. Super yummy. And it makes the outside like extra crispy. I don't know. It's so good. Big fan. You guys should try it. What is your favorite way to eat a potato? Because I haven't really met a way that people cook potatoes that I don't like. I like potato chips. I like French fries. I like hash browns. I like baked potatoes. My sister even does a thing called, I don't know if it really is a thing, but it's just what she calls them, and she calls them potato cakes. So she takes leftover mashed potatoes. Yes, I said mashed potatoes, not mashed potatoes. And she will make them, like into little, like, I guess like a pancake shape, I guess would be the best way to say it. And then she heats up a pan with butter. Again, people, we like butter. Paula Deen, I'm telling you. If you don't know who Paula Deen is, Google. She's amazing. Anywho, I digress. So she'll put butter in a frying pan and put it on the stove and put the potato cakes into said frying pan and pan fry them, and then on one side and then flips them like a pancake and fries the other side. They're so good. Then my other sister uses mashed potatoes to make cinnamon rolls. Yeah, you heard me right. Makes them so fluffy and delicious. I think it's time for new stuff in my pen. Yeah, I'm so spoiled, and I don't eat any cinnamon roll other than my sister's because they just don't taste as good. And her former mother-in-law, who taught her how to make them, hers are even better. If you could even imagine that they would get better. But they do. But my sister's is very much a close second. And these are reasons why I will never be skinny ever again in my life. I've accepted it. My sister's too good of a cook. And she bakes really well. So she's like double whammy. I'm never gonna be skinny again. And I'm okay with that. Also, that whole like self-control thing that I don't have. Let's see. I guess that's it. That's all I have for today. I think during the week of things that I could talk about, I should really like jot them down in my phone or something. Or if you have something in particular you would like me to show you, leave it below in the comments. Or if I know you in real life, shoot me a message and I'll do what I can to get it going for you. I guess that's really all I have for today. It was nice chit-chatting with you, and I didn't even get done with my section, but that's okay. Y'all have fun, have a good weekend, be safe, be kind. It costs $0 to be kind. It's very important that you do that. Let's make America kind again. Okay, peeps? And I will see you next time. Bye, guys.